From what I understand, three others running with you or against you
That's right.
for the availability. Why are you different than the other candidates? What gives you that is going to give you that edge?
My experience as a circuit judge, frankly. Now more than ever, our court needs proven, qualified judges. And it's critical for a justice of the Supreme Court of Appeals, in my view, to have experience as a circuit judge. Because as a Supreme Court justice, you are reviewing decisions of a circuit court judge, and it's important to have had that experience firsthand.
One of the things that jumps out at everybody right now because of everything that went on with the Supreme Court and impeachments and just all of those things. What is the message you can give voters to give them some reassurance that okay, that's in the past. We're moving forward. I'm going to be that standard bearer that leads the court, leads the state in the right direction. We get away from some of the shenanigans and everything else that went on.
And I think what I can say, Bill, is that you can look at my career as a public servant, and everything that's in my office is mine or was there when I got there. Mm-hmm. And I think, to the court's credit, they've done a lot in the last year and a half to increase transparency and accountability. And frankly, I ran for this office in 2018, and they are implementing and have implemented a lot of the policies and procedures I was talking about then. So I look forward to working with them to continue that and to build on that. But I think it's really simple. We need to apply the same principles of fiscal responsibility that we do in our homes, in our businesses, and frankly, the Supreme Court justices, the court themselves, need to be accountable to the people that they serve.
Are those some of the procedures, or what are some of the other? If you can touch a little more detail on what you propose that looks like they're going to implement.
Well, they have implemented a lot of things already, and these were the state auditors' policies and procedures that were in place for other agencies that basically protect public coffers. And the Supreme Court was not following those, wasn't implementing those, and they have done that, and in my view, have done more than that too.
And just to touch on this one more time.
Sure.
How disappointing was it as a judge to sit and see some of your fellow judges and see what went on? To you just personally, to take that as you've been through your education, you've been through law school and the ideals of law school, and then to see something like that happen.
It was disappointing. I think any lawyer, any member of the public, any judge will tell you that it was disappointing because it's a smear, frankly, on the entire system. But I do think that what you're seeing now is that the court as an institution is much bigger than all that and can rebound and come back from that. I think we have, and we will.
What is your number one strength as a judge, if there is such a thing that you can point to, say, you know what, I'm just a little bit better at that than I am everything else, and I think that's a strength I can take moving forward?
Well, I think it's my experience as a lawyer has helped me really be a better judge because I spent my entire professional life in a courtroom as an attorney general, assistant attorney general. I worked on appeals before the State Supreme Court of Appeals as a litigator for a law firm. I tried scores of cases and actually argued a bunch of cases on appeal as well. So I know my way around a courtroom, and I have that understanding and, frankly, appreciation of what lawyers do and that type of thing. But additionally, I've got fairness. I'm fair, but I've got the experience. I think that's really what sets me apart from all the other folks in my division. And not just experience as a lawyer, but experience as a judge, which, as I said earlier, I believe is critical.
Touching on that experience factor, you mentioned before that you ran before for this seat.
I did.
What did you learn about the process that will help you get elected this time around?
I think what we did well. And we are working to actually build on that. The problem last time, it was a very, very fractured field. If you recall, 20 people were running for 2 seats, and there were 10 people in my division. And we were running in a very compressed time frame of only 3 months. So time really was of the essence. But I learned the importance of getting out and meeting people and connecting with voters. And I've got to say, we finished a really close second. And I know close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. But we finished a close second in my first statewide race, and I think our message resonated with voters, and we're continuing to build on that. It certainly energized me, and I was excited to get back out early. We filed our pre-candidacy papers for this election in May of 2019, a year before the primary. My opponents got in the race the last day of filing. The difference in my view is I'm committed. I want to seek this office. I think other folks may use it more as an opportunity. It wasn't a last-minute decision for me. It's something I've been committed to for some time.
How difficult is it to get your word out and get the voters to understand and differentiate between yourself and the other candidates? Because as a voter, you have your races, your basic races,
Sure.
and some of the things that you're going to vote on, levies and things like that. And then you get to a statewide race, and you're looking to a Supreme Court, and I'm looking at some names, and I'm not sure what the message is for any of these people. How difficult have you found it to get that message out so people know, oh, yep, I know what she stands for, I know what she's about, and it's a recognition that goes to the entire state?
And that's a great question, and it's challenging on a lot of levels. First, West Virginia is a big state, so logistically it's tough to get around, and I am doing my best to get around and meet as many people as I possibly can. But my first priority, obviously, is the job that I've been elected to. So I'm trying to do that as well. But we also have constraints as judicial candidates because, I'm a judge, I'm not a politician, and there are rules that prohibit me from issue speaking and talking about issues. So that makes it difficult for voters to have an understanding of what you're about and who you are. And all we can really talk about is our qualifications and our fairness and the character and those types of things. But when I meet with folks, I think I can connect with them. And if there's any message that I can impart, I want to let people know that I am a judge. I'm an experienced judge. I see myself, as I indicated, being committed to this process. This is not just a campaign for me. It's a commitment. It's a commitment to the rule of law. It's a commitment to the betterment of the judiciary. And most importantly, it's a commitment to the people of the state of West Virginia.
Last question. What would it mean to you to win that seat? I mean, all your qualifications, West Virginia through and through, what would it mean to win that seat?
It would be fulfillment of a lifelong dream for me to be able to do that, especially succeeding Justice Workman, who is retiring. She afforded me an opportunity when I was a young college student, and I hadn't even thought about going to law school. I saw that she was appointed to the Kanawha County bench, and she afforded me an opportunity to go in and volunteer and work for her, which I did, and that's when I made my decision to go to law school. I had the honor, when I got out of law school, of working as a personal law clerk to Justice Thomas McHugh, who is a professional mentor to me, a personal mentor to me. He's like my judicial dad. To be able to finish my career where I started would be awesome for me.